Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois and welcome back to Stoneblock. In the last episode, we were working on a couple of things, doing some random quests with Mystical Agriculture, but also just kind of starting to prep chickens. And oh boy, have I been doing a lot of work with chickens. So first of all, I want to point out I have done a little bit of work with Mystical Agriculture area. We're going to have two 9x9 farms that are going to be controlled by like one of these harvesters each, and I think that'll be enough. If we want to do more, we can always expand and do more farms, but I think that'll be good for now. But yeah, so I've done a little bit of work. As you can see, I've got some signs up. We'll get to those in a second, but most importantly, we have our first 10-10-10 Nether Quartz chicken. And he's going to give us 10-10-10 eggs, and I'm going to put those in there for now. This is going to be where we put 10-10-10 eggs. Now, the first thing we're going to start doing is breeding these guys to try to get more 10-10-10 eggs. Now, that might actually... Let's do something real quick. Let's get some iron chest upgrades, or I guess just one. And let's get that to be an iron chest, just because it's going to be a little bit better. But basically, what we're going to do, we have so much nether quartz for the record. We're basically just going to let this kind of go, and hopefully these guys, when they produce drops, will start giving us the things we want. Now, this whole section we can also use for crossbreeding. So, I'm going to kind of balance everything that we do, but for the most part, it's just going to be a matter of trying to get all the chickens, all 123, and also at the same time, getting them to be 10-10-10. Now, I've brought all the essence and stuff up from our storage system down below, so that's something we'll take care of in a little bit, but let's get rid of all this quartz. I have a whole bunch of seeds on me just because that's what I've been using to breed the chickens. When they get, like, when I put the egg down, I set them there for a little bit, and then I just use seeds to get them to grow up faster. But this is going to be the area that we use. So I've split the chickens into, what, 5 groups, I think? So we have, and these are arbitrary groups. As I make this stuff, I'll show off a little bit more what it all is going to be like. But for example, we have soul sand. Soul sand chickens, those are natural resources. So that goes in these 3. So we're going to have set back a 3x4 group, and I think it is actually just 12 chickens that I've got dedicated to natural stuff. We have the 16 colors, so that's going to be a 4x4. We have the 5 special chickens. They're going to be a single line across here at the end, because I think that'll look nice. Mob drops, so that's things like leather, string, gunpowder, gas tears, ender pearls, all that kind of stuff. Manufactured, there is some actually addition stuff that's like the Inori crystals and prismarine, not prismarine, diamantine. And there's a few others. This is basically anything I didn't have space for. And then the big one is going to be ores. Now this one's a little bit unique because when I was separating them out, we're going to have, all of these are going to be 4 tall. They're going to be missing a couple of chickens here and there just because there's not enough, and it's not an even number. It's not divisible by 4, so that's fine. But with the ores, it's only supposed to be like 14, I think, is what my math was, and I don't have that up right now, so I can't double check. So we're gonna have some pillars in between and kind of separate them, but I will work on that off camera because it's gonna be a lot of tedious work. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna inset the chickens, the nesting pins. We're gonna inset those one into the wall, and these cobblestone may or may not stay. I don't know if I want to separate this room at all, but that is just the marker of this is where chickens are going to be compared to what all we have over here. But they're going to be inset into the wall, so there will be chicken pens like here. But then behind there, we'll need item conduits. And then I have a path that goes all the way around that is going to be for us. And what I'll probably end up doing is taking out the next layer and put the item conduits in this. And then over here, we'll do some work with whatever the drops are. So, for example, most of the drops, it's just a 111 flint. We're going to get eggs, for example. We're going to get chicken manure, we're going to get feathers, and then we're going to get whatever they drop. So, flint, bone meal, all the good stuff. So we'll want to kind of separate that stuff out and send it to where it needs to go and all that kind of stuff. So one thing that we are going to need to do is store mass quantities of feathers and chicken manure and probably eggs, because once I have one 10-10-10 egg, I know I'm keeping what, like 3 in here for now, but once I have one of each, we don't really need any more. So that's something that we're going to eventually turn them into normal eggs and then store those. Those are not breeding. We'll see if anything gets better, and then I'll do whatever I need to get these guys 10-10-10, and just kind of once I have one more 10-10-10, we can put it up here and go from there. So a lot of work to do with that. But we are going to need some storage options. And for the record, I have a ton of stuff in here. I have 27 nesting pens already. And so I could start placing them like this. But we can't really fill them until we get the infrastructure in for the all of the different stuff that's like the, what am I trying to say? The item conduits and that kind of stuff. So we'll get to that later. So what are we going to do today after I've talked for almost 10 minutes? So the plan for today, we're going to do some upgrades. One thing that we need to do, and I have some options, but we're going to need better lighting, both for the chickens and for everything else. And so I want to try a couple things, and that's the first thing we're going to work on. Let's grab a bunch of oak, and the first ones I want to try is these oak lamps. So we are going to need some glass panes, and I don't think we have the flat lamps. We've looked at these. I didn't care for these because these needed a redstone signal, so we're not going to use them. But we can make these oak lamps. Now, spindles are not too terrible to make. You get quite a few, and then we can turn this into oak lamps. So what does this look like? Okay. Not too bad. And we can put them on the ceiling. Alright, I don't mind these. There is a lot of the lamps because we can do any sort of a bunch of different materials, including iron and any of the woods from Natura or whatever. Whatever mod adds more things. Mostly Natura, and I think that's it. Because dark wood is, yeah, Natura. So yeah, that is not terrible. We could use that. I don't know if we will, but that is definitely an option. Now, something else we can do, and this is something I was looking for. If we grab some glass, the next one I want to look at is we want to get some light gray. Man, let's get like a stack of glass. We need more sand. I've started compressing the sand because it's easier. And let's get this to make a stack of glass. And then we're going to want some light gray dye. And to make that light gray dye. Straight line. Okay. So straight line. And I just want to make some light gray dye so we can make a light gray lamp. Now I have a feeling this is gonna... Oh, okay. That actually doesn't look too bad. What happens if we hide that in the wall? How does it look in the wall? It's kind of obvious. But not too bad. Okay. I don't mind that. I like having options. And we might use different things. Now, the last one that we're going to look at, let's put this stuff away, is the light gray lamp from Actually Edition. Now, this does require some Palace Crystal and some glowstone blocks. Now, we can't afford all of that, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Palace Crystal is just lapis, but we do need to laser it. And that is a little bit of a problem. We need to get a redstone signal in there. Or if we have a redstone torch, which we don't. We could have used that, but we don't. Alright, let's get this going. So obviously this is probably the most expensive of them all. But at the same time, I can live with it. If it is the best option, then who cares? Also, I'm really getting sick of the Endermen teleporting everywhere. So these light gray lamps, one, we can place them, and then we can just right click them and turn them on. And that's actually really nice. We do get 6 of them per. I really am tired of these Endermen everywhere. Yeah, so let's just put one here. I kind of like that. Okay. So we have options. Obviously the light grays are to go with the stone a little bit better. Whether or not it works really well, I don't know yet, but it's not too bad. I don't mind it. So we're going to put all 3 of these in here, because I actually do like them all. But definitely not sure which one we're going to use. So we'll kind of figure about that for now. Just testing, just looking. Let's go ahead and clean up our inventory with that Enderman. Alright, so the next thing we're going to start working towards, I want to start storing more power. So our energy cell is full, and these guys are pretty much filling up for the most part. So we need to start looking at getting plenty of storage for power. And in order to do that, we could make a different power storage cell. There is the vibrant capacitor banks, the capacitor banks in general from Ender.io. There are the energy cells from Mechanism. Immersive Engineering has capacitors. Yeah, there's a lot of options, but I think we're just going to upgrade this guy because it makes the most sense for at least right now. If we can make him a resonant tier, that'd be really cool. So Signalum is the next tier we'd have to get. So if we wanted to make this, we have nothing of it. So Signalum is not the easiest thing in the world to get our hands on. Although if we had a chicken, we could. So what's going to be redstone, silver, and copper? So 10 redstone, silver, and I think it's 3 copper and 1 silver. And that should be able to make some Signalum. We're also going to need some lumium. No, not lumium. Electrum. Which is just silver and gold. 2 of each. And then we're also going to need something else. Do I have induction smelter? We'll just put that in there, because it'll be easier and quicker than this guy. The last thing we're going to need Okay. I'm really, really, really sick of the Enderman. Ender tethers are supposed to prevent them from... Oh, hey, I can make ender rods from that. They're supposed to prevent the Enderman from teleporting. But it doesn't seem to work, or else I don't have one. So... yeah. Now, the Friender Pearls, we can use that. And they don't actually... it's really kind of cool. They don't take damage. But our thing is down here. So if we can teleport... is this a compressed Enderman? No. Okay. There is a compressed Enderman, but he's down there. So, like, we shouldn't be able to teleport like this. Let's go grab... oh, wow, that is full. Yeah, I did do a little bit of AFKing. So it's not too much of a surprise that that filled up, but... I'll have to deal with it later. Let's get rid of the potions. Do I have any more storage upgrades? No. How is I getting the storage upgrades? I don't know if we have an ender tether to stay on track. Let's grab a piece of stone so we can repair things as needed. But it looks like we do have an ender tether. There's a lot of stuff over there. Maybe not. Okay. Is there like an ender tether or anything back here? No. Okay. So we do need to get an ender tether into this system. That's something we can do. I believe we have one. So maybe that will help deal with all of the mobs being rude. It's just going to be a matter of getting the tether. I believe we have one. Yeah, we have ender tethers. So if we do something like this. Oh, this is such a bad idea. Put an ender tether there. And then... yeah, okay, whatever. Stay there for a second. We just kill all of you guys. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Please stop. Okay, this isn't too bad. We do need to eat a little bit. And... oh my god. Dealing with this. Take all the leather armor out. Okay, did I get all of the cobblestone? I think I did not. Okay. Let's just grab... okay, so this is what I do, by the way. I repair the armor. And then when it's fully repaired, we put it into a different chest because we can use it for other things. A lot of the, like... what are they? The gold armors and all that kind of stuff, we can usually turn that into something else. Gold ingots, gold nuggets, whatever. Or whatever material it is. So that is kind of what I do with that. But, yeah, let's take that cobblestone out. I thought it was there. Okay. So... Let's get that closed back up. Cool. So we can put those in there. And as you can see, I store it. Now, some of it we can't really use, but a lot of it we can. Anyways. Wow, what a sidetrack. Okay, so Ender Tether done. Now, the other thing we need for the Signalum is Cryotheme Dust, which requires Blizz Powder, and Snowballs, which we have neither of. Can we get this stuff? With Ice Essence. If we make an Ice Seed. Now the question is, do we have ice? No, of course not. So we're going to need to get some ice. Or snowballs, or whatever. And I believe we need the gear. So if we want ice, we can get a glacial precipitator. This will work. We just need machine frame, which just requires, okay, we're going to need a 10 gear. We're going to need 2 copper gears. We're going to need redstone. We're going to need a piston. And then let's get the machine frame. So hopefully that'll fix, the Ender Tether will hopefully fix our problem with the awful, awful Enderman being everywhere. Okay, so we want to make a couple of snowballs. And so we can just grab a bucket of water. And I actually don't know, it's 1 snowball per. Okay, so we have the snowballs. We just need Blizz Powder. Now to get Blizz Powder, we can pulverize Blizz Rods, which we don't have. Or we could Fluid Transposer fill snowballs with Liquid XP. Okay, so do we have a Fluid Transposer? No. Alright, looks like we need to make a Fluid Transposer. So the only problem with that is, how do we actually get Liquid XP? Well, we can put XP buckets. Can we use... we need to get a Liquid XP bucket. So that is a thing. And so the question I have is, we have a ton of the solidified experience. Can we put that into a fluid tank? Not one of those. So let's get a fluid tank and a fluid transposer. Fluid tanks are relatively easy to make. Haha, that actually does work. Cool. So now we just need a fluid transposer. And we should be able to make what we want. So we're going to need another 10 gear. 2 more copper gears. 1 of those. A bucket. Machine frame. Fluid transposer. Basic. Alright, this one we're going to put right here. And so, in order to make the Cryotheme Dust, the Blizz Powder, it's 2 snowballs each. And we're also going to need, how much experience? Not much. But we're going to take a bucket's worth. And that should work just fine. So that is going to be expensive on power, it looks like. 16,000 RF. Yeah, that's pretty expensive on power. And I don't think that our plan worked, did it? Nope. It's always just the evolved Endermen, too. I wonder if they are resistant to the teleporting thing or something. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and get that ready. So we just have a little bit more to do. So let's go check our chickens. And the other thing we can go ahead and do is we're going to grab some dirt. And I guess we'll use the flux bore. But let's go ahead and start doing a little bit of work with farming. Now I'm going to plant the stuff, but I'm not actually going to do anything in terms of... We're not going to do anything that will actually cause automation. We're not going to do any automation. So let's use the light gray lamps. Let's get like 2 of those. And let's make sure we hit F7 so we can see all of the darkness. But let's put one here. And see what that looks like. And if we put one here, yeah, not too bad. Okay. So we just need to grab our seeds that we want to use. So, stone, dirt, nature, wood, water, ice, zombie. So wood, water, dirt, stone. So we have stone and dirt. We have wood, water. Do we not have nature? I thought we had nature seeds. I guess we don't have nature seeds. So the ones we don't have is nature, ice, zombie. So let's change this to nature, ice, zombie. Cool. Now, did I have a hoe up here? No, of course not. Why would I? Let's check on our chickens before we go back downstairs. And it doesn't seem like they're crossbreeding any, which is unfortunate. But we should be able to grab this as well. Cool. Let's get our seeds planted. I know, I'm getting distracted. But there is the Cryotheme Dust and the Signalum upgrade kit. So let's get these planted, and we're just going to start from the back, I guess. And just start growing the various seeds. And I want to make sure that they will actually grow, so we'll kind of keep an eye on them. But for the time being, we're going to put the stone hoe in there and some dirt seeds. Why not? And we'll come back to that later. I'll work on that kind of as we go. So let's get this Signalum upgraded. Does this not work? Right. We skipped one. Yay. I forgot about the reinforced. So we've got to make the reinforced upgrade kit before we can make the Signalum. Right. So reinforced upgrade is silver, electrum gears. So we are going to need some more silver. And then we're also going to need some hardened glass. Now, to make hardened glass, we're going to make hardened glass. It should just be obsidian. Let's get a piece of obsidian and some lead. So nothing too major here. I'm going to put these guys in there so that starts working. And if we look at this hardened glass, let's just hardened glass. We want normal hardened glass. There it is. Oh, there's a different way to make it. That's kind of cool. Anyways, it is 4 obsidian dust and a pulverized lead. And that makes 2. So we do need to pulverize. We have our electrum. Cool. And the pulverized obsidian. We'll get that in a second. So the other thing I was working on, I don't remember. So we're not going to worry about that. Right, we need to make the gear. That's the other thing I was working on. So let's see. What kind of gear do we need? We need a silver gear. Did we already make one? No. Cool. So we literally just need the glass, which should be done in a second. And then we can also make the resonant. I think we'll hold off on that for now. We are getting a little bit long in the episode, and there's something else I want to do that actually will give us loot chests, so might as well do it. So we do reinforced. That gets us up to 18 million RF, and then signalum gets us up to 32 million RF. So we're going to let this set and charge up and all that fun stuff. Let's go ahead and take all of that. And I'm going to throw it all in here. Cool. And let's get on to the storage thing. So I have something else here. We'll get to that later. I want to make a crafter. Crafter tier 3 is going to be good enough to do all of the crafting we need for mystical agriculture. And I want to make sure these things are growing. And they are. Cool. The one in the back is growing. They all are growing. Perfect. So that's what I want to see. And if only these guys wanted to start getting better eggs, I guess I can always do what I was doing before. All honesty, I'll probably use a bunch of nesting pins and upgrade them manually. Maybe that's what I'll do. But anyways, it's fine. The other thing I want to do is we need to make some storage crates, some big quantum storage crates. Quantum storage is really cool, and if we can make this, so we're going to need some chests. But the whole point of this is mass storage. We're probably going to want 2 of these, to be honest. So let's go ahead and make 2. And these are all quests, by the way. So let's go look at the quest. It's in the storage section. So yeah, we're going to get loot chests for each of these. But then we can make the gold. I don't know why the textures just broke. 1. Do I have chests auto-crafted? No, I do not. Alright, let's make like a stack of chests, because why not at this point. Okay, so we're gonna make 2 gold, and then we're gonna need some diamonds, so let's get some diamonds crushed up, and let's make sure it knows about the gold one. It did not. Okay, so you got that now. Cool. Claim that reward. So once we get 2 diamonds, 4 diamonds actually, but once we get a couple diamonds, then we can make the diamond tier. And then finally, we can make the quantum storage. This holds up to, what is that? 2.1 billion? Yeah, 2.14 billion items. Which is a lot. I think that's a lot. We need some more iron, which I think we can go upstairs and grab. Cool. So that quest line is completed. Not a big deal. I really hate these intermittent. So yeah, that's not a big deal. But it's going to be super useful. It's going to be how we store feathers and chicken manure, because we're going to go through a lot of that stuff. And it will not go through, but we're going to have a lot of that stuff. And so it's going to be super duper easy to kind of have. So let's get that. And there's the 2 quantum storage cells, containers, whatever, that I wanted. Also, I realized we can't open the loot bags. I just was messing up every time I tried. But yeah, so something I might do is go ahead and get through all this diamond armor and turn it into actual diamonds, because I don't really have much use for the diamond armor other than what I'm wearing. And what we can go ahead and do now, something I'm not entirely sure. Let's find out. So we could throw chicken manure in there, and if I break it, it is in this one. It stays there. Cool. So I can start storing all of that pretty easily. Why are you getting better? That's weird. So we have that one. And then we're going to start storing feathers. And we already have 500 feathers. Cool. So that is going to be super useful. We're going to put both of these in here. And I'll deal with that later. I will get everything moved. We might want a third for eggs. But I don't know yet. So let's go ahead and get rid of that stuff. And then if you clear it, you can actually clear the inventory without having to do anything. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, let's go ahead and open these loot chests, and then we'll go from there. So we got chance cubes. Ooh, photovoltaic cells. That's really nice. Upgrades, don't care. And more photovoltaic cells. That's actually really cool because we can make solar panels. And eventually we'll make really good solar panels. But that'll be another time. So that is going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next time, I'm going to work off camera on chickens, of course. And one of the biggest things right now is we just need to get resources. So I'm going to try to get some resources and probably plant some more crops. Probably plant the rest of the seeds we have, except maybe the Infernium. We'll see about that. We'll see if we can't upgrade the Infernium to higher tier next time. But we have a lot of things to do and not really much direction to go in, but we'll figure things out. So that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!